fumbled the biggest market in the NBA in the 90s with the Chicago Bulls. They're no longer looked as one of the top markets like the Lakers, the Celtics, or even the Knicks now. The Chicago Bulls should be right up there with them. They haven't been relevant in almost a decade, and they finally dipped their toes into the rebuild this offseason when they allowed the sign and trade of DeMar DeRozan to Sacramento, and I'm a fan of that, but I still think that this team is way too good to end up with a really good pick in this upcoming NBA draft. So there's a lot of work to be done with the Chicago Bulls. I'm the man for the job. Let's rebuild that. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? We are here on NBA 2K25 to rebuild the Chicago Bulls, a team that should be good every year. The NBA is fun when the Bulls are good. Now, last year, there was some promise with this team. Kobe White had the breakout year, runner-up in most improved player voting. Ayo Dosunmu had a breakout year as well, but they ended up losing to a Jimmy Butler-less team with the Miami Heat in the play-in tournament. Now, I don't know if I want them to be back in the play-in tournament next year. I think I'd rather them end up as one of the worst teams in the league than get a good draft pick. Lonzo Ball should be coming back this year from his major injury that he suffered in that 2022 season. The big question mark is going to be where's Zach LaVine going to be after the end of this year. Apparently, he had zero trade value in the offseason. The Warriors were basically offered like Andrew Wiggins just to match the salary, and you can get Zach LaVine, who's a better player than Andrew Wiggins, and the contract is so bad they said no. Nikola Vucevic, not a huge fan of this re-signing either. That happened in the 2023 offseason. I don't know if he's going to have a trade market at the deadline. We will see. We'll see how well he plays this year. I like them trading Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey. Got a lot of flack because they didn't get a draft pick in return for Caruso, but I think Josh Giddey will be just fine. I really like the pickup of Jalen Smith. I thought Patrick Williams got overpaid a little bit in free agency. I don't mind them taking a flyer on Taylor Horton-Tucker. Montes Buzelis is going to be a fun rookie for them this year. And I don't think Dalen Terry is going to be out of the rotation in year number 3, and he could be something for them. So the defense in this lineup is going to be gross. The backcourt, not good defensively. LaVine, not good defensively. Williams, yes. Vucevic, not as much. We're definitely going to have Ayo Dosunmu as the sixth man. Lonzo is probably going to be at the end of the bench because I'm going to prioritize Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu over him. I do like Jalen Smith a ton, and he could definitely eat into Nikola Vucevic's minutes. So as much as I would like to get Dalen Terry into the rotation, maybe THT is going to end up being a little bit more valuable for us down the line anyway. So yeah, I'm going to see what this team can do throughout this year. Hopefully we could just, I don't know, show some promise. Hopefully Zach LaVine could be efficient enough where he can actually get traded in the 2025 offseason. Same thing with Nikola Vucevic. And we're going to start off the 2025 NBA season getting blown out on the road by the Pelicans by 41 points. Kobe White 5 for 17 from the field. Zion had 31 against us. And we do have an opportunity to pick up our first win of the season against the Milwaukee Bucks here on the road. This would actually be a very impressive win if we're able to beat them on the road. We're up by 8 with about 4 minutes to go. Zach LaVine, pull-up jumper, in traffic, no good. Josh Giddey trying to guard Damian Lillard is going to be just a mess. Patrick Williams, great block right there. Kick it up to Vucevic, who I definitely don't want to run in transition. That was actually Jalen Smith. Let me give him his credit. Dosunmu coming off a screen. Dosunmu pulls up for 3. That is good. And I would assume like he's going to be due a new contract soon. Like it's $7 million and he's a free agent. I don't want to overpay for him because I do think there's a ceiling on what he could be. I don't know if he's going to peak as a 6th man, maybe a little bit better as a 7th man, but I do think he could be part of our future plans. I wonder what team is going to maybe want Zach LaVine. I don't know if it's going to be a Suns team. Maybe they have a really disappointing year. Giddey hit this 3. Why not? And that is no good. But I wonder if it's the Phoenix Suns, right? Like maybe they would give me a super late first round pick and I'll take the Beal contract. Maybe it's Milwaukee. I'll take Brook Lopez at the deadline and I'll give you, I don't know, Zach LaVine. I don't know if that would work out really financially. Maybe we do LaVine and Vucevic for Lopez and Middleton. I don't know how desperate they would be. We got a good play here for Josh Giddey. He's going to go right to the rim and he's going to get that in. He's got 14, 6, and 8. I do think Josh Giddey is going to be in our future plans as well. I think he could be a good initiator for this team. Hopefully his contract extension is closer to $15 million a year than it is to like $30 million a year as Dame gets by him. That is going to be the downside with Josh Giddey. He's not a good defender whatsoever. Vucevic against former Bull Bobby Portis. Can we get this over him? Nope. Vucevic, you're killing me, man. Damn, LaVine has 32 points in this game. That is definitely going to help out his trade value. Is it Dame time? It is not. He misses that. Kick it up to Josh Giddey. We don't have numbers, but can Giddey get around Dame and Giannis? He cannot. Out to Jalen Smith, who does have a 3-ball on him. Bang! Nice 3-pointer from Jalen Smith. Nice find from Josh Giddey, and that puts us up by 10. That's a huge shot. Is it Dame time again? Dame comes off the screen. That is no good. I mean, that was a tough shot for Dame. We have a chance to just put this game away and pick up our first win of the 25 season. Come on, LaVine. Let's get to the rim. Find Vucevic inside. Nice find there. Vucevic is going to lay it in. That should be it. Damn, Dame had 39 in this one. Giannis had 28, 11, and 7. But Kobe White had 20. Zach LaVine had 32. A nice win in the second game of the season. Can we be above 500 after 3 games? Wow. We just beat Josh Giddey's old team. We beat Alex Caruso 143-138. The defense wasn't great from us, but the offense was really good. Kobe White and Giddey combined for 27 assists. Shea had 36. Caruso had 5 points in this one. Did we win the trade? Now, this is just a comical trade offer. Zach LaVine for James Harden. I mean, we would get off the Zach LaVine contract, and that could be something the Clippers want to do. I think the Clippers around Kawhi could get desperate and could look for Zach LaVine if Harden isn't the answer in the offseason. Our first NBA Cup game of the 2025 year. I've seen the Bulls actually win the NBA Cup sometimes in the regular season, which is funny enough. We're playing a very competitive game against Cleveland. Can we start off the NBA Cup 1-0? Yes, we do. Zach LaVine drops 38 points in 32 minutes, and Josh Giddey had a triple-double. I'm getting some pretty good offers for Coby White. I got an offer of Cam Johnson in a first. Now I'm getting an offer of Steven Adams in a first. I don't plan on moving Coby White, though. He's on such a good contract, so I'm going to decline that. But if we do want to fill out the trade block, like, I'm going to throw up Zach LaVine on the trade block. I'll throw up Nikola Vucevic on the trade block. I will throw up Lonzo Ball if I could actually get something for him. I feel like it's kind of unrealistic that he ends up being a really good player for them. Untouchables, I don't really think I have any. Maybe I'll put Coby White in the untouchables right now just because he has such a good contract. How has Montes Buzelis been to start off the year? He's been all right. There's going to be some growing pains. Hopefully, after the trade deadline, he's a starter for us. Oh my God, we are going on a run here in the fourth quarter. 27-9 in the fourth, 2.5 minutes left, and we are going to go 2-0 in NBA Cup play. LaVine and Vucevic combined for 46. Coby White right behind them with 20. All right, we're 2-0 in Cup games. And now we just got to beat the Washington Wizards. It is on the road, but we should definitely beat the Wizards. They're one of the worst teams in the NBA, and we're about to be 3-0 in NBA Cup games. We win 113-103. Coby White with 19, Vucevic with 18, LaVine with 17 and 11. I would love if there was a better incentive on winning the NBA Cup, like if I got a good draft pick or just like another first rounder. That would be nice. Giddey 26 and 12, LaVine at 23 in this one. The Boston Celtics are 8 and 10 on the season. That's kind of crazy. This would be a huge upset if we're able to beat them at home and go 4-0 in Cup games. Damn, they went on a run right there. We actually had it kind of close in the third. They're going to pull away in the fourth, and we're going to lose our first Cup game. Doesn't mean we're out of it yet, but it is going to hurt our chances a little bit. If we look at the standings, yeah, we had to beat Boston. I mean, unless we get the wild card game, which could be possible. Yeah, I think we'd be tied with the Pacers. Our point differential is only a 7, though. Damn, the Pacers is plus 25. That is really good. So they'll probably get the other spot. I don't think we're going to make it. And yeah, I'm excited about this upcoming NBA draft. Now, our pick, I think, is top 10 protected to the Spurs from the DeMar DeRozan sign and trade back in the 21 offseason. So if we end up with the 11th overall pick and I lose my first round pick, I'm going to be very upset. So we're going to probably try to bottom out after the trade deadline for sure. So we just sent Demi Sanogo back to the G League. We blew out the San Antonio Spurs. Damn, Vucevic had 34 and 14. Up that trade value, Vooch. That is what I'm talking about. Yeah, we didn't make the tournament for the NBA Cup. That is going to go to the Pacers. They got the wild card spot. It makes sense. Why are we 14 and 11 though? Oh, okay. All right. They're going to just want to keep me in purgatory. I'm not really sure. I mean, we have a lot of talent on this team, but I don't want to be good this year. This is an interesting trade from the Orlando Magic. They're looking to add Zach LaVine some scoring. We'd get Cole Anthony and Jonathan Isaac. I don't think I want Jonathan Isaac. I don't know if that should be his new contract. He got a new contract extension in the offseason. Yeah, so that's a lot of money, and he doesn't really work out too well in 2K, so I don't think that's worth it. Like, the Wizards are offering me a nice first-round pick in a couple years for Ayo Dosunmu, but we're going to turn that down. I would prefer not to be winning games. We were at 19 and 19, and then we just rattled off a 5-game winning streak. The Timberwolves are willing to offer me Terrence Shannon and a first-round pick for Ayo Dosunmu. Also, kind of an interesting deal. Shannon hasn't played this year in his rookie year. Ayo Dosunmu, he does have 2 years left on that contract, which is nice, and he is an elite three-point shooter. I'm going to say no. All right, so we are 26 and 26 at the trade deadline. We have lost 5 out of our last 6, and being 500 is not really where I wanted to be. We're currently the 17th, and I wonder if, like, the Bulls fan base, if they were 500 at the deadline, would they want them to be buyers? I mean, Patrick Williams isn't lighting the world on fire offensively, but he is shooting 42% from 3, and he's giving me a steal and block a night. I think Josh Giddey is a winning caliber player to this team. He's averaging 15, 7, and 7. For some reason, like, if you go to my expansion rebuild, if you got Lonzo Ball on your team, it kind of works out, even though he's been really bad for us this year. We have a negative point differential, but the East isn't all that good. I wonder if a team like Charlotte would be interested in Zach LaVine here at the deadline, but I don't know what money I'd be able to take back. I guess I could take Misic's bad contract. Like, I don't want Miles Bridges. I don't really think he fits this team whatsoever. So I'm going to call up Charlotte. I want to see if they want Zach LaVine. I don't know if Milwaukee would want Zach LaVine. I think maybe if they have a disappointing playoff exit, then they would go for that. That's just for Eastern Conference teams. In the West, I mean, the Lakers would probably give me D'Lo and Reeves for, I don't know. D'Lo's been fine this year. They're the 1 seed. I don't know if they want to break up that backcourt. They added Clint Capella. I don't know if Denver would want Zach LaVine. They really can't afford that. Oklahoma City, no. Minnesota, no. Dallas, maybe, but I doubt it, honestly. Maybe Memphis would want Zach LaVine. So let's see. Could we end up trading Zach LaVine to the Charlotte Hornets, who are trying to make the playoffs and actually be a top seed there, as Lauri Markkanen was traded for Trae Young? Okay, well, that just is... makes no sense whatsoever. The problem is, financially, could we even get this done? It would have to involve Josh Green, and I don't even know if they value Zach LaVine that much. I would take Nisic back as well. Like, it may just be easier to do this trade in the offseason because we're still $19 million off. It would be tough to do this trade without Miles Bridges. So I don't think I'm going to be able to move Zach LaVine in this season. Yeah, this is going to be way too tough to do. Now, I thought about this trade, Vucevic for Brook Lopez, because Vucevic has been all right this year offensively, but is a little bit younger than Brook. Not as good defensively, but Giannis obviously is such a good defender. I don't know if I get a pick in this. I would ask for this. I don't think they would do that unless they counteroffer it. Jalen Smith, which I don't mind moving, but I kind of like him. Like, I would take Yusuf Nurkic from Phoenix, but I would expect some draft capital in return. Steven Adams and Mondale, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. So Zach Collins was traded to the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm not sure who it involved. Off the top of my head, I can figure it out after this. But yeah, Zach Collins, maybe it was for Luke Kennard. And then Vucevic is going to go and be a pretty good front court partner, in my opinion, with Jaren Jackson Jr. I would want their lottery protected first round pick this year. And I got to take on Zach Collins' bad contract for Nikola Vucevic. This makes a ton of sense. Damn, they counter. Okay, I got to throw in a second. This is going to be our big trade deadline deal. I'm actually happy with that. So if we look around the league, Tyler Kolek for Kevin Love. What are we doing, New York? Yeah, it was Luke Kennard in a trade exception for Zach Collins. I think that's going to be the only move I'm going to make, which means we're going to have Jalen Smith as the starting center now. Hopefully more minutes for Montes Buzelis. I'd assume who has been struggling a little bit lately. I don't think Lonzo Ball is going to play too much down the stretch. I'd like to see what I got in Dalen Terry, and then I got to play Zach Collins just a couple minutes a night to be the backup 5. So this is what Josh Giddey is asking for right now. I could probably get it to be a little bit cheaper in the offseason. I could probably front load it as well. That's just a lot of money. Lonzo wants $11 million. I don't even know if I'm going to pay Lonzo that type of money. Could I do an extension right now with Dosunmu? I can't. I mean, Giddey has been really good for us. That seems a little bit of an overpay. If I offered him $26 million a year, that it goes down every year for 4 years, he's going to accept that. All right, Josh Giddey is going to stay as a Chicago Bull, which means his contract is going to go from what it is right now at $8 million to $26, and then $22 million, like by the time he's 26, isn't a bad deal. Oh my God, JJ Redick was your coach of the year this year. That would be insane if he got that in his first year as a head coach of the LA Lakers. And Domantas Sabonis made All-NBA first team. I thought about trading Vucevic to Sacramento for Kevin Huerter and a late first round pick, but I thought it really wouldn't make too much sense of having Vucevic and Sabonis in the starting 5, because for Memphis, Triple J can complement Vucevic defensively and can also space the floor as well, and Vucevic can shoot the 3 ball, so that's a nice floor spacing front court for Ja Morant, who can now get downhill, I think, with a little bit more ease. So we made the playoffs. Yeah, we actually were kind of good in the second half of the year. I'm not very happy with this. This is going to make it very tough for us, and we went 39-43. You know what? That's where I'd expect this team to go, but that's the 6th seed? That's not even a play-in tournament appearance. Boston, how did you go 38-44? Orlando, 34-48. Miami, 33-49. Cleveland, how do you go 31-51? What happened? Oh my God, and now you're gonna make me lose my first round pick. At least we're going to get Memphis' first round pick. All for probably a first round exit. Yeah, because Memphis made the playoffs as the 5 seed. We're going to owe San Antonio our first round pick this year. Charlotte, please beat me, and then I guess I will trade you Zach LaVine in the offseason. So for hopefully your first round pick. We actually won game number 1. LaVine dropped 24. You know what? If LaVine could have a good series against them, that could maybe stick in their eyes or in their head that, like, you know, this guy's really good and we should trade for him in the offseason. This is also ball versus ball, which is really cool. We dropped game 2. We dropped game 3 as well, even though we had a 40-point fourth quarter. Game number 4 is going to go to the Charlotte Hornets, 108-97. LaVine had 22 in this one. Game number 5 goes to Charlotte. All right, so we ended up winning the first game, and we kind of got blown out in every game after that. We lost by 15 in game 2. We lost by 8 in game 3. 11 in game 4, and then 31 in game 5. So it wasn't super close after we won game 1. I guess it's good playoff experience for some of these guys. I mean, Kobe White was on that 2022 roster, the team that did make the playoffs. But yeah, LaVine was fine. I think I will be able to move him in the offseason, and then maybe the 2026 year is when we're really bad. So you have Embiid and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander winning conference finals MVPs. If either one of them ended up getting finals MVP this year, could take the throne as the best player in the NBA. And I think the Sixers just blew a 3-0 lead or a 3-1 lead. Yeah, they were up 3-0. They blew a 3-0 lead. That is insane. Loads of retirements here. LeBron, Chris Paul, Kyle Lowry, Al Horford, Mike Conley. I'm going to do a Lakers rebuild soon, and I think it's going to be a farewell tour for LeBron, and and I'm going to try to win it all in year one with that rebuild. That's going to be a tough one. So draft lottery time. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep my pick. That is going to go to San Antonio, unfortunately, and that is going to be the case. We're going to lose the 18th overall pick from the DeMar DeRozan sign and trade a couple years ago, but we are going to get Memphis's pick from the Vucevic trade. It's going to be the 21st pick in this draft. The Jazz, who traded Markkanen for Trae Young, could pair up Trae Young and Cooper Flagg. And oh my God, yeah, Cleveland was really bad as well. So the Jazz have pick 1 and 4. That is kind of insane because that is from the Donovan Mitchell trade. I kind of want to fire Billy Donovan, honestly, and go with a new head coach throughout the rebuild. So we're going to do that. We're going to fire Billy Donovan. Darko Rajakovic was let go. I actually don't mind Rajakovic as a head coach. I'm going to offer him a deal. I don't really want to offer like Nate McMillan, Chauncey Billups. I'll pass. Darvin Ham, I'm going to pass as well. That's not Steve Kerr. That's Stevie Kerr. Do I just get a Stevie Kerr? Why not? Can we do that? No, I'm going to sign Rajakovic over him. All right, so if we take a look at the mock drafts around where we're selecting with the Grizzlies pick at, where is it? It is with the 21st pick, Donnie Freeman out of Syracuse. I wouldn't mind that. He's a little bit of a project play, but I think I'm going to try to move LaVine. I also thought that the San Antonio Spurs could be an interesting team for LaVine. Can they not even afford him in the offseason? Okay, no, they can. So I guess it would have to involve Josh Green. I mean, I don't mind taking on Cody Martin instead if it's a little bit less value. And could I maybe, oh, you guys don't have your first round pick this year? Oh my God, yeah, it's going to the Spurs. Wow, that dates back to like the Kai Jones draft pick. Okay, so I thought I was going to get another first in this draft. Could I get 2 future first round picks? And I'll take that Heat first rounder. So you're only giving up one of your picks, Cody Martin for Zach LaVine. They are going to counter offer it. I don't want to give up any first round picks of my own. So I will still do that. Is there a player I could throw in, like a Torrey Craig cylinder contract? I mean, I don't know. I doubt I can move Zach Collins. I don't have any seconds to move. This is going to be a tough trade to pull off. All right, might have to go to a different team. Might call up San Antonio because they can look to pair up Zach LaVine with Wemby, which would be, I think, a very fun fit there. I guess they would want to move off of Keldon Johnson, but I'd rather just take on Harrison Barnes' not good contract for the year. I'm not going to ask for pick 6, which is their pick. I would ask for 16 and 18. Even though I'd get my first round pick back, even though I don't really have that many spots for rookies next year. But I don't hate this. Let's say get the Spurs or the Hawks pick. All right, so let's just offer this. Harrison Barnes and 3 first. I don't think they say yes to this. They're going to counter it. They would want 2 picks in return. We're not going to do that. So let's say I just ask for 16, 18, and expiring contract for Zach LaVine. They're going to say no to that. Wow. All right. They're going to play. Wow. Man, Zach LaVine just doesn't have much value in this league. Can you afford Zach Collins? You can take Zach Collins back. So Zach Collins, Zach LaVine. Can I then get one of those future first round picks with that deal? Boom. There we go. So that Vucevic trade also kind of netted me 2 first round picks because we got one with Zach Collins and then I was able to include Zach Collins and the Spurs won it back. All right. So yeah, Kobe White might be this #1 scoring option next year. We do have a decent amount of first round picks in this draft, 16, 18, and 21. I don't think I want to add 3 rookies. I think I'm going to try to trade up. Could I move 16 and 21 for pick 8? No. What about 16 and 21 to the Nets for 10? They're going to say no to that. All right, let's try 11. Boom, there we go. So we were able to move up 5 spots. I didn't really want to draft 2 rookies. So we have 11 and we have 18. Cooper Flagg is going to go to the Utah Jazz. The Orlando Magic, I don't know how they were bad, but they're going to add Ace Bailey. Another wing to this team. Interesting add. Wow, Michael Ruzic out of Spain goes 3rd. Okay, that seems high. Kamal Malak goes 4. Number 5 is Dylan Harper out of Rutgers. Nolan Troyer, that is pretty cool. French connection there. He's going to be in the backcourt with Zach LaVine. And then Trey Johnson goes 7 to the Raptors. 8 is going to be Rocco Zikarsky to the Wizards. 9 is Carter Bryant, who I was going to look at. He goes to the Heat. 10 is Noah Essengate to the Nets, which puts us on the clock. And I'm going to go with a high upside play here. I'm going to go VJ Edgecombe out of Baylor. Hopefully he can replace Zach LaVine. I don't know if he's ever going to be a starting shooting guard or small forward for this team, but I really like that addition. I'm hoping Hugo Gonzalez falls to me at 18. He was still on the board. The Nets are trading the 13th pick for Evan Mobley. What? Evan Mobley is that easy to trade for? Oh my God. Oh my God. That is insane. And they took Colin Murray-Boyles. What is Cleveland doing? The Nets really just added Evan Mobley. There goes Boogie Fland out of Arkansas. Oh my God, 2 more picks. Damn, there goes Hugo Gonzalez. That's who I wanted. And there goes Ian Jackson out of UNC. So there's still some really good talent on the board. I like Liam McNeely. I like Ben Saraf out of Israel. I do like Zvonimir Visic. We can take him out of Arkansas. Dig Paid out of the G League. I also don't mind Igor Demin here out of BYU. A lot of shooting guards. I think Liam McNeely's the tallest, so I guess that would go to McBako or Igor Demin, so I can play him up a little bit. Yeah, a lot of shooting guards here. I'm gonna opt for Liam McNeely out of UConn, just get an elite 3-point shooter. But yeah, I can't believe Evan Mobley was traded for basically the 13th overall pick in a future second. That is unreal. I actually got to see both these players in person last year at Hofstra. It was like the Bob McKillop, I think, Invitational, and it was Luhai versus Montverde Academy. So we're going to pick up the team option on Dalen Terry. We are not on Jalen Carter. I really don't think we're going to do too much in free agency this year. I mean, a Jimmy Butler reunion would be kind of dope, but we actually do have a little bit of money. I mean, I would love a Jimmy Butler reunion. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it off. I do think, though, we need, a couple other big men on this team. So I think I'm just going to sign a power forward and center. We do have cap space. I mean, I would like to have it for next year, cap space, but I don't know. I mean, we're going to have $19 million off the books next year. We're going to have a lot of off the books next year, but we do want to re-sign Coby White and Ayo Dosunmu. So I think I'm going to just not do anything too crazy. I would love Aaron Wiggins, but he signed an extension with Oklahoma City, so I feel like that wouldn't be too fair. I wouldn't mind taking a flyer on Peyton Watson. I'll overpay for him. I would give him like $8.25 million a year. And then just to get a backup center, okay, Zach Collins is here. This game makes no sense sometimes. I will offer Mo Wagner a 1-year deal, and we get both of them. So yeah, that means that Lonzo Ball is going to be off this team. I mean, I would love to have gotten Jimmy Butler. Hopefully he signs a 1-year deal and he's here next year when I have cap space. So a lot of green, which is great to see. Coby White is our highest overall player. I don't expect to be great next year, but thankfully we do own our first round pick. All right, so it's going to be Josh Giddey and Coby White in the backcourt with Buzelis, Patrick Williams, and Jalen Smith in the starting 5. We're going to have Ayo Dosunmu, Mo Wagner, VJ Edgecombe, Peyton Watson, and Liam McNeely all off the bench. So that means we're not going to have Harrison Barnes in the rotation. And I keep bringing back Dalen Terry, and I just don't think I'm going to play him. We're 3.5 star balanced under Darko Rajakovic. And I still can't believe that this team won 39 games last year and was the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. It's looking like Jimmy Butler is part of the LA Clippers who were playing on opening night. No way, Kawhi. Okay, if he hit that, that was going to be unreal if he actually had that fall down. Honestly, this year, I just want to see progression from Buzelis. I want to see progression from Josh Giddey and Coby White on this team. I definitely want to see a ton out of VJ Edgecombe as a rookie and maybe Liam McNeely as well, because that's the foundation of this team. I don't mind having a top draft pick in this upcoming draft. Dosunmu off some screens. He's going to pull up. Now good there, unfortunately. VJ Edgecombe, though, has 19 points in his NBA debut. Okay. Mo Wagner guarding Kawhi well, but Kawhi's obviously going to hit that. It puts us up, or them up by 8. Now, there's a chance we could be the worst team in the league this year. That is perfectly fine with me. I don't know if I'm going to make big trades at the deadline. Like, I would move Ayo Dosunmu if I got a really good return for him. Josh Giddey trying to go right at Kawhi. That's never going to work out. He gets a nice rebound there. VJ Edgecombe gets Derrick Jones Jr. in the air, and he's going to hit that jumper. Does this dude have star potential? Oh my God, what a debut for VJ Edgecombe. But yeah, if I get like a really good offer for Dosunmu, I might take it, unless I could re-sign him for like $9 million a year. Same thing with Coby White. But I doubt I'm going to be able to get Coby White back for around $10 million. He may ask for $25 million. And I don't know if I'm going to pay Coby White that. It could be what maybe is going to go on with the Washington Wizards. They moved on from Deni Avdija, because what's the point of paying Deni Avdija at the end of the rebuild when he's going to be asking for a lot of money? For us, why pay Coby White $30 million a year if we're going to be bad and then I'm never going to be able to sign a big free agent? And we're a big market team, so like I think I can get a free agent eventually as Patrick Williams makes Kawhi miss there. I would also think about moving Patrick Williams if somebody really wanted him. Also, Kevin Porter Jr. rocking 77. What does he think he is? Luka Doncic out there? All right, so let's come off a screen here. Patrick Williams, hey, you can guard Kawhi. I mean, that could be our Kawhi stopper. That could be someone that can guard some of the team's best defenders, as he's going to get a great contest there. Wow, Kawhi still hit that. I thought I played that perfectly. Unfortunately not. All right, we got Coby White coming off some screens. He's going to get a great look. That is slightly late, and he's going to miss that. Coby White is 35 points, though. Whoa, in game 1 of the season. I don't know, man. We'll definitely have to see if there's any good like prospects for this upcoming draft as well. I just don't know how the season's going to go. Last year, I honestly didn't have much expectations. This year, I don't either, but I would just like to see some progress from this team. Great defense by Patrick Williams in this game. And Coby White's going to be inside. He's not going to be able to do anything right there. He actually got his man in the air. Jalen Smith, roll to the rim. You got Jimmy Butler on you. Come on, let's get this over him, please. What are you doing? I meant to shoot that. Norman Powell's going to pull up right there. He's going to make that. That's going to be the dagger. We do pick up our first win in our 4th game of the year, a game in which Coby White had 28-10, Giddey had 18, 7-10, Jalen Smith had 19-7. He could also be a trade candidate this year as well. All right, yeah, this has been a season that's been an absolute disaster, which honestly is okay for a team that owns their first round pick this year. We're 12-31. Let me actually just double check. I do own my first round pick this year. Thankfully, we do going forward. We also own the Blazers first round pick this year. That could definitely be interesting. We'll see. So if we look at the mock drafts, We have Andy Randall, looks like the best guy in this class. He's a power forward from Washington, which would be something to be excited about, but we'd have to go through the draft lottery first. After that, I would even think about maybe trading the pick if we're going to go something like that going forward. Now, I think we should try to get ahead of the trade market. I think it's time to just maybe bottom out. Do we want to move anybody here and then open up more minutes for VJ Edgecombe, who's having a very good rookie year for us? We need to open up more minutes for Matas Buzelis to show that he is going to be a staple rotation guy for us in the long term. Well, let's figure out Coby White wanting $21 million a year. I may wait till free agency for him. That's not too much for him. That's probably what I expected. Dosunmu wanting $10 million a year. That's pretty good value. That really is. So I'm going to give him, I think, an extension on that. 3 years, $30 million. I can't turn that down. The Oklahoma City Thunder are interested in Peyton Watson, so they're going to give me Watson's former team, the Denver Nuggets, their first round pick in 27, top 5 protected. I got to take on Kenrich Williams, who hasn't really played too much for them this year, and I feel like that's a no-brainer for us. And the New York Knicks, who are desperate for some big man help, are going to give me a swap with Brooklyn in 2028, and Ariel Hukporti, who was a late draft pick, actually I think the last draft pick in the 24 draft, and we are going to send them Mo Wagner. We're going to do that. Liam McNeely this year has been fine, but he's going to play a ton now that we made those trades. I'm not going to be able to move Harrison Barnes. I don't really know who I should play down here. Maybe we'll give Hukporti a shot. There's no point, I think, in playing Terry or Harrison Barnes. So this is going to be the rotation. Giddey, White, Buzelis, Williams, and Jalen Smith, with Ayo Dosunmu, VJ Edgecombe, Liam McNeely, and Ariel Hukporti off the bench. System proficiency, 3.5 star balance. Let's finish up year number 2. All right, so MVP, Luka Doncic, 31, 10, and 10. Unreal. Cooper Flagg took home Rookie of the Year. The #1 overall pick gets that award. James Harden, 6th Man of the Year for the Milwaukee Bucks. Did he end up going there on a minimum contract? He did. He ring chased in Milwaukee. We'll see if it works out. Reed Shepherd took home Most Improved. Jalen Brunson, Clutch Player of the Year, and Mark Daigneault, Coach of the Year. Giannis was on All-NBA first team, Embiid on All-NBA second team, and Scotty Barnes on All-NBA third team. We did get VJ Edgecombe on All-Rookie first team. I thought he could have flirted with Rookie of the Year. He shot 38% from 3, 79% from the line on good volume this season. And we did get McNeely on All-Rookie second team. And let's see what happened with us. Obviously, we did make the play-in tournament. Wow, the Bucks with James Harden, Damian Lillard, Giannis. They no longer have Chris Middleton. Okay, they ended up in the play-in tournament, while we ended up with the worst record in the NBA, 25-57. This is where the Bulls need to be, and maybe it's unrealistic for them to be at the bottom in the 25 season, and it's more realistic for them to be at the bottom in the 26 season. Now, we have a big Coby White debate this offseason. We really do. Do I sign him for $20 million a year just to be in the middle of the pack next year? That could eliminate any potential free agents. I think if we want to re-sign Coby White, I think we can think about the idea of moving Patrick Williams, but he did just shoot 45 from 3, played good defense, and it's like a stretch 4, which is so valuable in today's NBA, but that could also net me some very good assets back in a trade. So that's a decision we're going to have to make this offseason, because obviously we have the building blocks going forward, hopefully with Buzelis and VJ Edgecombe and whoever we take in this draft, as the 8-seeded Hawks made it to the conference finals. They lost to the Magic, though, as the Lakers, with no LeBron, are back in the NBA finals because AD is having one of the greatest playoff runs ever, and Jalen Green is now an LA Laker, and the Lakers end up winning in 6. Finals MVP is AD. The Magic couldn't avenge the Dwight Howard finals loss from a decade and a half ago. So Brook Lopez ended up retiring on the Hornets. James Harden didn't work out for him. He ends up retiring on the Bucks, as well as Alec Burks. There goes Kevin Love on the Knicks. And Klay Thompson retired for the Dallas Mavericks. I don't know if any of those guys are going to make it to the Hall of Fame. James Harden does, obviously, but no Klay Thompson, unfortunately. And here we are at the draft lottery. This could be a big one for us. We have that Portland pick, but I'm going to double check to make sure that we actually are able to get that, or there's a protection on it that 2K just didn't implement. Yeah, I knew it was too good to be true. That pick is lottery protected every single year until 2028. So we're going to give that pick back to Portland. Don't make me drop to 5, please. All right, 2K25, be nice to me, please. Do not make us go from the worst record in the NBA to the 5th overall pick. I hate you guys so much. Come on, that's not the Portland pick. That's ours. And unfortunately, we're going to have the 5th overall pick in this draft. God damn it, man. Of course. Of course. So we're going to obviously keep Darko Rajakovic as our head coach going forward. I mean, I would love to get Andy Randall. He's projected 3rd now. Interesting. Okay. I mean, we could trade up, but Lionel Trent out of the G League Ignite, 6'6" wing. That would be a bust. Yeah, I feel like Andy Randall's got to go #1. If he doesn't, maybe I'll get on the phones immediately for the 2nd overall pick. But I really don't love any of the options that are on the board for us with our pick here. Oh, man, the scouting department didn't do really a great job this year. Maybe we look at Mark Oliver. He's a 7'1" center. I think I would look at Mark Oliver. Okay, so Oliver, Andy Randall, I think I'm okay with. Do I like anybody else is the question. Herbert Alexander, he's already 21 years old, not as much. Not a lot of these guys I'm a big fan of. All right, so the Warriors with the number 1 overall pick. They take Andy Randall out of Washington, which makes a ton of sense. 78 overall, 19 years old. That would have been the pick if I had the number 1 selection. Number 2, Cleveland. They take Herbert Alexander out of UNC. He's a 73 overall, 21 years old. We could use a center, and I don't think I want to risk the guy, Oliver, not making it to us. So we're going to call up the Raptors. We're going to see if we can move pick 5 for pick 3. Do I have any players I can include? I don't really want to move to Sunmu. I think Patrick Williams would be too rich. Jalen Smith could be interesting, McNeely as well, but I think I would include the Blazers pick going forward that we all set on this year, and they're going to agree to that. So I'm trading up to take this center. He better be good. There's also Samuel Curry, who's a power forward, but there's Mark Oliver. We do need kind of our franchise center. He may be a little bit more of a project. I'm going to go Mark Oliver, the center, 7'1" out of A&M. He is a 74 overall at the age of 21. Same with Samuel Curry, who the Raptors, I mean, that was a great move for them going down to get him. Hopefully he can be our franchise center. Buzelis, we're picking up that team option. Kenrich Williams, we won't be. Qualifying offers, Dalen Terry. It's the end of an era here in Chicago. So let's go here to free agency. Do we make a move? Do we try to do anything here? I don't know. Coby White wants $23 million, which would still leave us a max contract available. I don't think anybody's going to want to come sign here right now. But nobody has offered Coby White a contract, so I may just wait a little bit and see if we can get him for a little bit cheaper. Ariel Hukporti, I think I'm just going to bring him back 1 year's $1.9 million. And Coby White does not have any offers, so I'm going to continue to monitor that and hopefully can get him back for maybe on average. See, like he wants 27 mil at the deadline. I could have got him for like 20 mil a year. And I think I'm going to land Coby White on a nice extension. 4 years, $83 million. That is something I will bring him back on. There's still question marks about this defense in this backcourt. And I don't know, like allocating most of your cap space to Coby White, Josh Giddey, and Patrick Williams doesn't give me the most confidence in the world. But we're going to free up $9 million from Jalen Smith next year. Buzelis still has another year before he's due that rookie extension. So next year could be a year. If we could show some promise with this team, we can actually maybe be somewhat of a desirable free agency destination. All right, so here's what the year through rotation is going to look like. Giddey, White, Buzelis, Pat Will, Jalen Smith, same as last year. And then we have Edgecombe, Dosunmu, Mark Oliver, and Liam McNeely. I think this is the core 9 going forward. I'm excited about this team. It's probably the most excited I've been about this Bulls team in quite some time. And we also have the Hawks pick this year, going back from that San Antonio Spurs trade involving Zach LaVine. And we have the Nuggets pick this year as well. So we could end up some nice picks. Hopefully Atlanta's sneaky bad this year. That would be great for us. We are going to be 3.5-star under Darko Rajakovic again. We ended up losing by 147-146 against the Nuggets to start off the year. All right, what a game 1 to the season. So at the trade deadline, we're 24-28, which is a lot better than where we were last year. We're not a bottom feeder in the Eastern Conference, and it's nice to be 24-28 with a young core still around us. Like Josh Giddey has been consistent. I mean, the three-point shot hasn't really been a thing here, which is fine because Coby White has been an elite three-point shooter, and he's actually been so good for us this year. 22 points, 4.5 assists, 41 from 3, 87 from the line, 46 from the field. I love that. Buzelis, it's a little disappointing, but I do think he's still primed for a strong second half to finish with the best field goal percentage of his career. I don't think he's going to top 32% from 3, but it's nice to see him going in that direction. Pat Williams, man, he's been good. The rebounding has been disappointing, which makes me think, is he better suited at the 3? And we try to pick up like a legitimate 4 in the offseason. Jalen Smith, I'm going to think about moving at this trade deadline just because he's an expiring contract. I don't mind trying to sign him in the offseason. VJ Edgecombe might be him. Like, there's a chance I should start him at the 3 next year. It's weird with him and Coby White, though, because, like, I think both are great shooting guards, but I can't, I think, move them around too much. Dosunmu, still an elite three-point shooter. That's why I'm paying him. Mark Oliver in his rookie year has been fine, and I think could definitely be in a good spot to be our starting center next year. And Liam McNeely is great in that shooting role off the bench. So like I said, I do think I'm going to move Jalen Smith. I could definitely look to bring him back in the offseason, but we're going to probably move on from him. And we may not have too much money in the offseason. I mean, some contracts are going to be descending, which is good, but we're going to have to add in some rookie contracts as well. So maybe we go, if we want a big name, maybe it's not more the free agency route, maybe it's more the trade route, because we do have some young pieces. We do have some trade capital. And we are going to get the Golden State Warriors 29 first-round pick in Haywood Highsmith, an expiring deal for Jalen Smith. There's a premium on these centers in this game right now, and the Warriors definitely needed some center depth going forward. They're a team that's just trying to win it all in one of Steph Curry's last years in this league. So yeah, Mark Oliver is going to be the starter for the rest of the year. I'm excited about that. And we'll probably give Ariel Hukporti these final minutes. So let's see what happens at the end of the year. Let's actually just check what is like, what are the Denver Nuggets doing? What are the Hawks doing? The Hawks, that pick looks like it's going to be in the mid-teens. The Denver Nuggets, they are 25 and 27. That pick is top 5 protected. That ends up like pick 7. I would love that. If we look at the upcoming free agents, hey, Luka's a free agent. I mean, if I ever have a chance to sign Luka, if we can get a meeting with him, I'm going to try to sign him. So I don't know if we can get there financially. It is going to be tough. I mean, we're going to save about $1.5 million on Giddey. We're going to save about $1 million on Coby White, so that's $2.5 million there. Mark Oliver's contract's going to go up, man, $13.8 million for the 4th pick. It's a decent amount. So yeah, I don't know how much cap space we're really going to have. It may be a decent amount. It could be like $35 million. That's not going to be enough to sign Luka, but we could definitely create some money elsewhere. We're going to have to take into account some of the draft picks. Either way, I'd be cool if we make the play-in tournament, though. And Luka gets another MVP, another 30-point triple-double. Andy Randall is your rookie of the year. This dude's going to be really good. It's going to pain me not to get him. Boogie Fland out of Arkansas. I don't know why. John might actually be his real name. 38% from 3, 90% from the line in year number 2. He looks really good for Golden State. Dink Pate, another 2025 prospect in that draft. He gets most improved. Ant gets clutch player of the year. And Bickerstaff, coach of the year for the Pistons. Oh my God, no way. Josh Giddey, all-NBA third team, as a 24-year-old. He's still just 24, 19, 8, and 8. 48% from the field, 84 from the line. Can he shoot 34 from 3 again next year? This dude could actually be an all-star in that season. I still can't believe Evan Mobley was traded for that. Next, like, fantasy, like, unrealistic rebuild I do, I'm trading him immediately in the first offseason. Mark Oliver, all-rookie first team. And the Bulls, unfortunately, did not make the play-in tournament. We didn't have the greatest second half in the world, but we did go 39 and 43. But this 39 and 43 feels different than what it was 2 years ago. I know we were the 6th seed that year, which is still crazy that 4 games under 500 got you a non-play-in tournament playoff appearance. But this team is young. It's exciting. I was right about Buzelis. He was better in the second half. He actually almost got to 32% from 3. The field goal percentage went up. The scoring went up, which you just love to see from him. Coby White was phenomenal this year. Josh Giddey was an all-NBA player. Patrick Williams, good two-way player. Elite three-point shooter we've seen over the last like 5 years, 6 years now. VJ Edgecombe, I think, is a star in the making. Adesumu is really good as well. Lee McNeely, man, 35 from 3. I like the way he's going. We just got to figure out maybe the center spot. I don't know if we're going to go for a starting center next year. I don't know if we go for a backup. I would love to land a big name in the 2027 offseason. Either it's in free agency, trading. I don't know if I want to add like 3 rookies to this team. We'll see. The Spurs and the Nets are in the NBA Finals. Cam Thomas, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. They also have J-Dub in San Antonio. No way. Oh my God. So Zach LaVine is no longer there. They do have Chris Middleton, Julian Strawther. I wonder, no way Zach LaVine was traded for J-Dub, right? That would actually be insane. No, that didn't happen. So both these teams have like the same color scheme. You do have D'Lo, Cam Thomas, Dariq Whitehead, Evan Mobley, Mark Williams, Nick Claxton, Colin Sexton, Igor Dimon. A lot of good big men on that team in the 2027 Finals. Go to the Brooklyn Nets. What a rebuild they just had. And Cam Thomas gets Finals MVP. That's pretty cool. So there goes DeRozan, Curry, Vucevic, Tobias Harris, Draymond, Middleton, Olynyk. A lot of notable retirements right there. And Steph Curry heads to the Hall of Fame. They retire his number and Draymond's. And here we are in the draft lottery. I watched it unfold last year. It didn't end well. There's a chance we can get lucky. We do not, though. We stay at 10. We stay at 9. We also have Atlanta's pick at 19. So we have 3 top 20 picks. The Nets, who just won it all, have Phoenix's pick at 1 and Philly's pick at 3. That's kind of insane. The Nets are on a run right now. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find a star that's technically on the trade block. Like Fred VanVleet's on the block. He's on the Boston Celtics. Like we can go through this. OG Anunoby, I don't really know if he's the guy that I really want to add. We may have to get kind of creative with it. Mikal Bridges is on the block. Not a bad idea, but I think I need somebody with like number 1 potential, which is easier said than done, right, to acquire. I saw Emmanuel Quickley is on the trade block. If we look at the mock drafts, I'm sure there's not going to be like generational guys projected to go to me at number 9 or 10. We have a couple more centers. You have Jake Pollard, looks fine. You have Vladimir Debanovic, another center. He actually looks pretty good, A+ potential, which is nice, but that's going to take a little bit of time to develop. I think this team can make a leap next year. I just don't know if I want to move on from Patrick Williams, Coby White. It's tough because these are also homegrown guys. So I think I'm going to make my selections for now, but these guys could definitely end up getting traded if I don't like what's there in free agency. The Nets just traded the number 1 pick, oh my God, for Domantas Sabonis. They said we're not done. They said we're not done. The Kings just moved Sabonis for number 1. The Nets had all those big men, though. They had Mobley. I think they had Mark Williams, Nick Claxton. They take Luke Leonard out of SMU. I mean, he looks really good. Oh my God, 82 overall as a 20-year-old. Yeah, that's a beast player. Maybe the Nets should have just stayed. Floyd Purdue goes number 2, 6'9" power forward out of San Fran. Okay. And then the Nets at 3. They stay there. They take Freddie Tiggs out of Australia. Okay, a wing. So we're on the clock here. I think I'm going to take that one center. I think Vladimir was his first name. Yeah, because he's got nice potential. He's projected to go around here as well. So Vladimir Debanovic, we're going to take him with the 9th overall pick. 7-foot center out of Lithuania. And we're on the clock here again. I don't know if I want to double up on centers. I don't think so. Eric Sharp could be in play. No, don't really love that. I think I'm going to go with Dwayne Walton. A little bit low for like an overall 68 overall at the age of 22, but he does have B+ potential. This is going to be strict on potential, but I think there's a chance he could end up getting traded. And then I'm going to take 6'7" Marion Price with my next pick as well. A couple of older prospects there. So we're going to sign Debanovic, Walton, and Marion Price. Team player options, going to pick up all 3 of these guys, obviously. So we're not going to have a ton of cap space. I'm going to give Huk Porty the qualifying offer. Let's see who's here. I mean, Luka I would love. But yeah, we're about $27 million off from trying to get Luka Doncic, which obviously is a little disappointing there. Walker Kessler, I don't really know. I mean, we could look to upgrade the center spot. This is a weird spot. We're really in a weird spot right now. I mean, Patrick Williams still has 2 more years left on his deal. Matas Buzelis, we're gonna have to pay next year, which is a little scary. I could look to add like a Clint Capella or Isaiah Hartenstein, which I don't mind doing. Jay Will's there. All right, could I get Isaiah Hartenstein on a 1-year deal? I'm going to overpay for him, and I'm going to have him be the starting center next year. 1 year, $20 million. Let's do that. And we sign him. All right, let's go there. Did Luka switch teams? No, he's going to stay in Dallas. KD's a king. As Kobe White is an 86 overall. Josh Giddey, 85, 86. Pat Well, 84. Like, this is still a fun team on paper. Mark Oliver is up to an 80 overall. Okay. So figuring out the rotation for year number 4. Yeah, I think it's going to be tough. I'm not going to play Josh Richardson. We may rock 3 centers. I mean, I may send Dovanovic actually to the G League, and these older prospects may get some minutes. So, like, Dwayne Walton, 8 minutes. We'll go, I think we'll go 8 to Price and Walton. Mark Oliver, I'd like to see play 20 minutes a night. I think Hartenstein is going to be fine around, like, 24 minutes a night. Lee McNeely is not going to be the 6th man. I think Ida Sumu may play a little bit less, because I want to play VJ Edgecombe like 27 minutes a night. And then we got Pat Will in there. You got Buzelis. Like, it's tough to give these guys minutes. We have a deep team. And when you have like a lot of these guys that are in tweener spots from being like the guy you want to build around to just good complementary pieces, it's good to maybe offload 2 to 3 of them for that one guy. So maybe we're going to be active at the deadline before Buzelis is a free agent. Maybe he's somebody we trade. Because I'm looking at it right now, and I do think that I would value, I don't know, Giddey just made an All-NBA team. I think I may value Edgecombe over Buzelis long term. So at the deadline, we're a little disappointing. We are 20-32. There's a chance we could still have a strong second half and maybe sneak into the play-in tournament. We're only a game and a half out of the play-in tournament right now, but we do have a 1.8 point differential, which is better than Philadelphia, Milwaukee, Miami, a bunch of teams ahead of us. Like, Toronto's the 5 seed, and we have a better point differential than them. So I actually think we could finish the season pretty strong and make the playoffs, which would be nice for this core going forward. I just got to figure out kind of like who are the building blocks. It's going to stomach if it's going to hurt me if I have to trade away Kobe White, if I'm going to have to trade Patrick Williams, who's having the best scoring season on the team. Oh man, this is going to be really tough to do. Oh man, Buzelis, I feel like he's on the verge of being like a breakout stud, but I think I need to play Edgecombe and give him like the number 2 scoring option on the team for him to fully break out. It's going to be tough, but I think we can have a strong second half. But Buzelis wants $35 million a year. Oh my God, maybe I trade him right now. And I'm going to be sending him to the Charlotte Hornets. This is a crazy move. We're getting Tyus Jones, who's having a good backup point guard season behind LaMelo Ball. And if I don't think he's in our future plans, I could 100% trade that contract in the offseason. And I'm getting Miami's unprotected first-round pick this year, which could end up being pretty good. So I wanted to win it all with Matas Buzelis. I just didn't think I was going to be able to give him $35 million a year. I think that was going to handicap us going forward. Yeah, that was a crazy move to do. We're going to finally be able to put VJ Edgecombe into the starting 5. As Luka puts up another unreal season and just wins his, 3rd, 4th straight MVP. Wow, the number 1 overall pick does not get Rookie of the Year. It actually goes to Luke Leonard. No, he was the number 1 overall pick. I'm tripping. Yeah, out of SMU, a great year. I thought that was the Purdue guy. Scoot Henderson, 6th man of the year in Detroit behind Cade. What happened there in Portland? Hugo Gonzalez. Kind of wish I had him, but I'm still okay with William McNeely as Charlotte. They're going all in. They just traded for Buzelis, and they get Coach of the Year. They went 61-21. Dylan Harper, okay. I see why it didn't work out for Scoot Henderson in Portland. He's the guy there now. And we finished the season as the 8th seed, so there's a chance we could be playing playoff basketball for the first time since year number 1. We went 38-44. Point differential-wise, 4th in the Eastern Conference. I think this team could maybe win a playoff series depending on who we get in round number 1. I like the team we got right now. But I do not want to play Charlotte in round number 1. So we really need to beat Toronto in the first leg of this playing tournament. We get off to a fantastic start. We doubled their points in the first quarter. Oh my God, it's going to be a blowout. It was over before it even started. I kind of got cocky there at the end. They flirted with the comeback, but we ended up winning by 26, 137-111. Patrick Williams is turning kind of into a stud for us. He hits 4 threes, perfect from the line. Coby White perfect from the line as well. McNeely had a good game, and we're advancing to the playoffs for the first time in a couple years. We're going to be taking on the Brooklyn Nets, who have a very good team. They won the finals last year. For some reason, Cam Thomas is coming off the bench. They're starting Derrick Whitehead. Still have Evan Mobley. It's cool that D'Lo is now in net again, and he won it all with them last year. Could we pull off the upset? Game 1 goes to Chicago. Oh boy. I do think we're better than what our record showed. Patrick Williams getting it done. Josh Giddey getting it done. Did we just unlock Pat Will? Game 2, unfortunately, we lost by 5, but I'm perfectly okay splitting them in Brooklyn. Patrick Williams is turning into a star. How has Matas been in Charlotte? He's playing there with Brandon Miller. Played 24 minutes, but did not look good in game number 1 for them. So on to game number 3 against Brooklyn. We ended up winning. We blow them out by 21 points at home. Hell yeah, baby. Let's go. Come on, let's win game number 4 and go up 3-1. They could have a championship hangover. We do end up losing this one by 9, though. Huge game 5 in Brooklyn. We go down 3-2. Oh, we lost by 2 points. That sucks. Kobe had 30. Pat Will, 28. Giddey, 28 and 12. McNeely had 20. Edgecombe hasn't been great so far in the playoffs. Here we go. Game number 6. Winner go home on our home floor in Chicago. Can we force a game 7? I feel confident that we can, but let's see what the end result is. And we are going to force a game 7. We outscored them by 16 in the 4th. 115-102. Let's go, man. We're on to game 7 in Brooklyn. Can we pull off the upset, make it to round 2 as a 7th seed, or are we going to lay down in game number 7? We have a good game right now for us. Oh my God. Oh my God, we're up by 17 going into the 4th, and you just choked it. How do you blow a 17-point lead? Oh my God. What just happened? I was as cocky as ever, and we have gone blown out 31-11 here in the 4th quarter. That is just... Oh my God, that is a disgrace. Pat Will, get inside. Come on, good fit. Oh my God, he couldn't finish. Oh my God, we missed that. No, Pat Will, how do you miss that? Is he trying to guard Igor Demet? I don't love that. Pat Will guarding Sabonis. Oh my God, we need a miss, and then we need a 3. That was our chance to get a 2 for 1. Tyus Jones trying to guard D'Lo. Not a good defender by any means. I don't know why he's out there right now. I don't know if Coby White fouled out. Oh my God. Coby White off a screen to keep the season alive. We're going to lose this. I can't believe we blew that 4th quarter. That is so embarrassing. And yep, we get eliminated in round number 1. That is, oh my God, it was right there. It was right there. And I feel like we could have beaten Orlando in round number 2. Oh my God, if Charlotte loses in round number 1. Oh my God, they did. Are you kidding me? Toronto actually pulled off the upset. That is insane. Matas Buzelis. Did we rob them in this trade? I don't know. And then Brooklyn played Toronto in the Eastern Conference Finals. They're back in the NBA Finals. Boogie Flynn, actually, wow. The 15th overall pick in the 25 draft. Just got Western Conference Finals MVP. And they don't even have Steph anymore. But the Nets go back-to-back. Damn, they won it all. Sabonis ends up getting Finals MVP. Oh, we had such a good chance at beating them. A lot of notable names are retiring. The main one being Damian Lillard. He will definitely be going to the Hall of Fame. We lost our assistant head coach. And yeah, Dame in the Hall. The lottery treated us well. The Miami Heat pick is number 7 in this upcoming draft. That is the pick that we got from the Buzelis trade. We do have the Nets pick at 30 and our pick at 15. So another year we have 3 first-round picks. Hopefully next year is the year we can make a big move. I don't know. I thought maybe I would move on from from Patrick Williams. It's not going to happen. I should have maybe... Oh, man, I should have gave Hartenstein a 2-year deal because that could have been some nice matching salary. All right, I'm going to try to make a move-up trade with the Nets. We're going to try to move 15 and 30 for 10. They're going to say no to that. They want my 29 first. I will not be doing that. I don't know if there's any players. I could throw in one of my first from last year, like Marion Price. I don't know if I want to do that. Could I throw in like 2 seconds? Will that get it done? It would not. But 4 seconds did. Okay, so we're going to move up there. Monty Mullen out of SMU. Wow, SMU is developing, wow, some top picks in these NBA drafts. The Jazz with the number 2 pick are trading it for Desmond Bane and Malik Monk. And with my 2 draft picks, I ended up taking Jesse Cook, a 6'8 wing out of Southern Illinois, and I got RJ Ryan with the 10th pick, a 6'1 point guard out of Oklahoma, who does have A- potential. We're going to pick up the team option on Mark Oliver. $14 million is a lot, but I think we're going to do that. I don't know if that means I'm going to move him. We'll see. But we're going to go here into free agency. I mean, I would love Nikola Jokic. I'd have to free up $50 million, which is going to be very tough to do. Porty's there. Do we have potential bird rights on Hartenstein? We do. There could be a sign and trade incoming. So can I sign both Hartenstein and Saddiq Bey? I don't know. I don't think so. But please give me Hartenstein over Bey if it happens. Oh, wow. I was able to sign them both as Jokic and Zion stay. We're going to hit the trade market. All right, I have no idea if I'd be able to trade for him, but I'm going to try. Can we trade for Joel Embiid? Hartenstein, Mark Oliver, Tyus Jones. Damn it, he has a no-trade clause. Ah, never mind. I'd assume Anthony Davis also has a no-trade clause, but let's not waste my time. He doesn't. Could we do... I don't know. AD is from Chicago as well, so they have, I think, a money issue. Huh. All right, so this is going to be tough to pull off with players. I mean, I don't really have much draft capital, so I actually don't even know if we're going to be able to pull this off. Even if I did Mark Oliver... Yeah, they have, wow, they really have financial issues right now. All right, I have no idea if I could pull this off, but I'm going to offer a lot, 3 players and 3 first-round picks to the Thunder for Chet Holmgren. They say no. All right, I'm going to try to offer Isaiah Hartenstein, Mark Oliver, and Jesse Cook for an expiring 90 overall Jalen Duren coming off a season where he averaged 18 and 11. They're going to say no. I would throw in my first-round pick this year, and that will get it done. So we make a big trade for Jalen Duren, who's going to be our highest overall. Does this team have enough talent to win the title this year? I think it's possible, honestly. All right, so we have all these future, former first-round picks that we haven't really played too much that are going to come off the bench. I want Josh Giddey to get 33 minutes tonight, 30 to Coby White, 31 to Edgecombe, 32 to Pat Will, 33 to Jalen Duren, and then I can go 9 more minutes. Do I want to go to Marion Price in year 2? Do I want to go to RJ Ryan? But we already have Tyus Jones as the backup point guard, so I don't know if that's worth it right now. Dwayne Walton, I didn't really move. I guess I'll see what RJ Ryan can do because I know he has high potential. All right, 2029 was our best year yet. 63-19 with this team, which earned us a 1 spot in the Eastern Conference. We're going up against Milwaukee, who still have Giannis. This is a great team. Oh my God, they got Walker Kessler, Giannis, Jarris Walker, and Kyrie Irving. Our leading scorer ended up being VJ Edgecombe, which I did expect. And then you had Jalen Duren, who averaged a monster double-double pretty much every night. You had Pat Will, who is still an elite 3-point shooter, Coby White, Josh Giddey, and Liam McNeely. And we finished 7 games better than the 2-seeded Hornets. We had a point differential, about 7 more than them, which is kind of crazy, which gives me good confidence that we could do well here in the playoffs. Just don't make me lose game 1. All right, we do win game 1. Let's go. We ended up beating them by 10. I wonder who's going to emerge as our top scoring option as Jalen Duren knocked down 11 free throws in game 1. I really expected it to be VJ Edgecombe, and he does show out in game number 2, but Patrick Williams was great in the playoffs last year for us. We'll see if he carries that momentum over to this year. And I'm also not going to be playing Saddiq Bey or RJ Ryan in the playoffs, so we can actually distribute more minutes to the starters in the playoffs. And we're up 2-0 on Milwaukee. Make that 3-0. We ended up beating them by 17 the first game in Milwaukee because Coby White dropped 30. It is nice that anybody can kind of drop 30 on any given night for us, but there's also going to be nights where nobody can drop maybe 20 points, as Coby White and Pat Will and Liam McNeely all had 25 in game number 4. Duren had 20 and 18, Giddey 18 and 11, as we scored 52 in the 4th and swept the Bucks. We're taking on the Orlando Magic here in round number 2. Ace Bailey is their starting shooting guard. Ace Franz Paolo is kind of dope, I can't lie. They got Jrue Holiday at the 1, Wendell Carter Jr. is still there at the 5, picked up and developed Pacome Dadiet. Game 1, this is the Nikola Vucevic series. We end up winning by 10 though. So we are still undefeated in the playoffs. Patrick Williams knocked down 5 threes in this one. Can we take home game 2? Nope, there goes our first loss. We ended up losing by 13 at home. Wow, Pat Will had 36 and 10 in 43 minutes because, yeah, Jalen Duren fouled out in this one. So did Josh Giddey, and so did Ayo Dosunmu. Damn. Big game 3 here. Don't want to go down 2-1. We end up winning this one, the first one in Orlando in this series. Pat Will, man, 26 points. This guy is a playoff performer. This is, I think, no fluke because we saw it last year. We're seeing it this year. We do lose game 4, though. Oh, my God. This seemed like such a winnable game. Oh, man. All right. Game 5. It's going to be at home here in Chicago. I don't want to go down 3-2. But after that first quarter, it's looking like that may happen. We do a little bit better in the second. We're flirting with a comeback, but nothing too crazy. There it is. Down 110-108 in the 4th. Can we win this game? What a win! What a win! 38-26. We outscored them by 12 in the 4th. Edgecombe with 28. Pat Will with 24. Duren with 20 and 12. And can we go to the conference finals for the first time in this video? No, we cannot. We lost by 8. And we got to go to a game 7 against Orlando. Something I did not want to do because I don't feel good about game 7 right now, man. I really don't. That game 7 against Brooklyn left a bad taste in my mouth. Oh my God, and we just blew that there in the 3rd. We were up for most of the game. We're down by 2 here in the 3rd. This could get ugly real quick. Oh God, we're down by 5, and we're going to lose this one. Oh my God, we lose 129-120 in game 7. Is Chicago ever going to win a title? I do not know. And LaMelo Ball is your finals MVP in this one for the Charlotte Hornets. All right, man, this has definitely been my hardest rebuild in 2K25 yet. I didn't win it in my historic rebuild with the Portland Trailblazers, so I'd like to win it all in this one. As much as I like Darko Rajakovic throughout this rebuild, we're going to move on. I'm going to offer Nick Nurse a contract. I'm going to offer Jamal Mosley a contract as well. Hopefully switching things up can help this team out a little bit. If they do decline, maybe I'll offer Darko another contract. So I don't get Nurse, I don't get Mosley. I do get Brian Key from the Wizards, but I think I'm honestly just going to stick with Rajakovic. I also like RJ Ryan as the backup point guard, and I don't think I really need Saddiq Bey a ton. So I'm going to make this trade with the Clippers. I'm going to be getting their 2033 unprotected first, and I'm getting John Collins, who could be a nice backup power forward or backup center for us. A nice offensive scoring option off the bench. In the draft, we took Philip Gibson with our first round pick there at 22, 6'7" wing out of Evansville. It's always these random colleges, I feel like, in 2K. The number one overall pick was Lazaro Munoz, a center out of Mexico, to the Indiana Pacers. Jalen Duren opts out of his $39 million option, which I did expect. I'm just hoping 2K allows me to have bird rights on him so I can bring him back. Thankfully, we do. I'm also going to be moving Dwayne Walton, Marion Price, and my 2031 first round pick for Marcus Sasser from the Bucks, as well as Vince Williams. Two nice rotational pieces for us. I think Sasser is going to be more of a backup too. I would have liked to bring back Jalen Duren. That is a lot of money, though. So we're going to offer him that. Yeah, we have a lot of free agents this year. So I'm going to offer Josh Giddey to come back. I'm going to offer Patrick Williams to come back. And I'm going to offer Ayo Dosunmu to come back eventually. So we get Duren, we get Giddey, we get Patrick Williams. And then we also have Edgecombe and McNeely that are restricted free agents as well. So basically everybody was a free agent this year, but we're going to be bringing everybody back. We get Liam McNeely, 5 years, $106 million. This team is going to be in the luxury tax after the end of this year and really have to pay the price. So this is kind of like the last year with this team's window. And VJ Edgecombe, surprisingly enough, accepts the qualifying offer, $15 million. This team has very good depth. We could still make another trade. Come on, man. I want to win a title with this Bulls team. So we're actually going to make one notable move at the deadline. We're going to move John Collins and Vince Williams, two guys we picked up last offseason. The main guy we're getting is Keyshawn George, who's making $2 million a year. He left Washington for OKC, came back to Washington, the team that drafted him. Like, I'm getting Kyle Kuzma in this trade, but I'm more excited about Keyshawn George, a great 3-and-D asset for us. And this is going to be the playoff rotation: Giddey, White, Edgecombe, Williams, Duren, with McNeely, George, Debanovic, and Dosunmu off the bench, as well as Marcus Sasser. We have a deep team. And Darko Rajakovic did win Coach of the Year 2 years ago. We won it again this year. We go 66-16, so it would have been a shame to fire him. Man, I can't believe we had such a high point differential last year and we lost in round number 2. It would be such a shame if we lose it all this year. VJ Edgecombe was our leading scorer, what I thought he could be. Taking on the Atlanta Hawks in round number 1. It's definitely a different team, but they still have Jalen Johnson and Zachary Risache. Let's just get out of round number 1, please. Thank you. We end up winning this series in 5 games, and we're going to take on the New York Knicks in round number 2. This was led by Jalen Duren and VJ Edgecombe. The Knicks, they still have Jalen Brunson. They have Jared McCain, Mikal Bridges, Keldon Johnson, DeAndre Ayton. Okay, Rob Dillingham, DiVincenzo, Carter Knox. All right, this is a fun team. A couple of OG Knicks as well, and we are going to win in 6. Oh, boy, thank God. We're in the conference finals taking on the Charlotte Hornets, who have probably been one of the best teams in this save. Koulibaly at the 2. They no longer have Montes Buzelis. Game 1 goes to Chicago. I'm nervous. Game 2. Okay, there we go. We're up 3-0. Don't blow a 3-0 lead. Thank you. We gentlemen sweep them. And we're in the NBA Finals to take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Can we please end this video off on a high note, man? Been here for 2.5 hours. I just want to bring a title to Chicago. Game 2 to Chicago. Game 3 to Chicago. And we did it! Oh my God. The Knicks gave us our toughest test, going to 6. But we beat the Hornets and Thunder in 8 games, man. Or, yeah, that would be, what, 9 games, actually. 4-1 against the Hornets, sweep the Thunder. And against his former team, Josh Giddey gets Finals MVP. How about that? Kept a lot of OG Bulls, man. We kept Kobe White, Pat Will, which I'm surprised about. We kept Josh Giddey, that's 3, and Dosunmu, that's 4. And I hope you guys did enjoy that Chicago Bulls NBA 2K25 rebuild. If you did enjoy and you're still watching now, I would really appreciate it if you drop a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments which team we should rebuild next. Subscribe if you were not already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.